Here's what people don't warn you about medical school, and this is coming from a person who has no doctor parents, no doctor relatives, nothing of that sort. So, yeah. Nobody really tells you how elitist medicine is. There was a study that came out recently that said only 5% of medical students are actually from a working class background, which is quite crazy. And it kind of goes to show how there is a hidden curriculum in medicine. There are certain people that do have a network of doctors and know who to go to for things like research, audits, experience, and the people that don't have those networks do have to graft. And obviously, when you get to things like placement in your clinical years, there is a financial burden for people who can't afford to not work during those times, as you will be spending a lot of time on the wards and things like that, and not necessarily having time for work afterwards. So it definitely re-emphasizes the point that opportunities do really go to people who know they exist. So for people that are working class, access to information is so important, as medicine does reward initiative, and initiative goes to people that have been already taught the game. So yeah. So nobody tells you that you'll probably have to explain your degree to people. I have a few stories of this where people will ask what I'm doing. I'll tell them that I'm in medical school studying medicine, and they'll be like, "Oh, so what do you want to do with that when you graduate?" And I will say, "Oh, I'm gonna be a doctor," and they're actually surprised that I'm gonna be a doctor at the end of my medical course. So I don't know, it's a bit strange, but I'm not really sure where it comes from. So yeah. Nobody tells you how much imposter syndrome you'll feel. Like, obviously, going into a space like medical school, some people will get nervous and necessarily compare themselves, and that is a completely natural response, because I can't lie, I've done it. I'm sure lots of people have done it, but it's how often you'll feel that imposter syndrome that I guess people don't really talk about. So yeah. Nobody tells you how much networking actually matters, because I guess medicine has the assumption of being just on the wards, kind of just learning and stuff like that. But who you know is actually very important as well, to maybe get things like scholarships, awards, research opportunities, stuff like that. And even if you're doing medicine and you realize you don't want to just be a full-time doctor, maybe you want to go into something else, maybe branch into tech, policy, so many other things that medicine can take you, because it's so versatile. Networking matters so much. So yeah, thank you for listening.